Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, I go by Ree, so welcome. So today, I just wanted to share things that have been really heavy on my heart. And maybe the things that have been on my heart are some shared concerns amongst you guys here in the community. So drop a comment down below and let's get this discussion started if you are feeling some of these very deep concerns that I have. Let's talk about the election. And normally I steer very clear from politics on my social media platforms because what you feel and what you choose is your choice. This election season, your choice should be Kamala Harris and Waltz. I was going to say and Coach Waltz, because the other guy is all about division. I feel like we are the divided states of America at this point and will continue to move in that direction if this man is put back into the White House. January 6th, okay? That should have been a deal breaker for everyone. And I was actually watching, I'm going to pull it up and put a little bit of it in here if I can. The title of the video is Trump Voters Finally Turn Against Him and Go Public.
It is happening, folks. We've been talking about it now for about 4 years, and it is rapidly accelerating. I believe it will be the key story on election night, delivering victory for Vice President Kamala Harris. Even former two-time Trump voters who are now coming out very powerfully and saying they reject Donald Trump and they now strongly endorse Vice President Kamala Harris. Former Republican Congress member Charlie Dent. He's a classic Republican, a classic conservative. Here's what he just had to say on C-SPAN. Let's play it.
I have policy disagreements with Kamala Harris, just as you do, sir. But, sometimes elections are not about right or left in terms of policy. Maybe it's sometimes about right or wrong. I think one candidate here has demonstrated his unfitness repeatedly. And the other, whatever you think of her policy positions, it strikes me as normal and honorable. And I hate to say it, but that's where we are right now. And I'm going to choose honorable over dishonorable.
I'm Michael. I live in Pennsylvania, and I voted for Donald Trump in 2016. I believe Donald Trump is a complete narcissist. He prevents legislation to further his own campaign. He claims to be intelligent, yet speaks like a sixth grader. Total disdain for the military. Says he loves the military, but yet makes very bad comments about the military. The last thing is just how he treats women. Horribly. Donald Trump.
I'm Lori. I live in northern Michigan. I voted twice for Donald Trump and immediately regretted it on January 6th, 2021. I believe that the felony convictions and the additional charges against Donald Trump certainly should preclude him from running for such an office in our country.
I'm Larry from Utah. I am a Republican. I believe in the grand old party of Abraham Lincoln and Ronald Reagan, but I do not believe Donald Trump won the last election. I feel that if I vote for Donald Trump in this election and sign my ballot is providing written evidence that I supported the actions of Donald Trump on January 6th. Donald Trump's dereliction of duty was beyond imagination. I, for one, cannot stand for that behavior.
I'm John from Michigan. I'm a former Trump voter, and I can never vote for him again. Donald Trump, he's not in touch with the middle class. He's not in touch with the common voter. I'm not really sure he's in touch with reality. I can't vote.
My name is Jeff, and I live in California. I've been a lifelong Republican. I voted for Trump 2016, 2020. Will not vote for him in 2024. I am going to vote for Harris. January 6th was the last straw. His words incited that insurrection, and his inaction spoke volumes.
Kudos to the Midas Touch for sharing and spreading the word in the community and all over these social media streets that people are turning against Trump, definitely, and rightfully so. And for the rest of the people that are not, I'm like, what are you thinking? It is literally about just listening to the things he's saying at his rallies.
Kamala is a stupid person.
He has the Supreme Court eating out of the palm of his hands. That's scary. That's very, very scary. Okay. The fact that women have no bodily autonomy, like we don't get to say what is best for our bodies. We don't get to get the advice from medical professionals as to what is best for our body. So women are in medical crisis during pregnancy and may not get treated. Will not get treated. We were supposed to drink bleach during the pandemic, right? To get rid of COVID. And pour light or open up our bodies and in some kind of way let light hit the end. Do y'all remember that craziness?
Dr. Deborah Birx, who is sitting there, and you can just see she is trying to not in any way acknowledge what the president is saying because it is so ludicrous.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Heat and the light relative to certain viruses, yes, but relative to this virus?
Not as a treatment. I mean, certainly fever is a good thing. When you have a fever, it helps your body respond. But not as, I've not seen heat or light.
I think it's a great thing to look at. I mean, okay.
Respectfully, sir, you're the president, and people tuning into these briefings, they want to get information and guidance and want to.
It doesn't even take a medical degree to know, but yes, doctors, scientists are all saying, of course, this is ludicrous. Please don't try this at home. You know, Lysol put out a statement saying, don't use our products internally.
Let me tell you, she was always so well put together. But Dr. Birx, let me tell you, every single time DT would say something crazy, Dr. Birx would be like, and go back and watch that clip when he said to drink bleach. And if we can open them up and hit the body with a little light, she was like, what? Is this Saturday Night Live or is this real life in America? All of these egregious things that he's done, and people are still acting like, I'm undecided. How? I'm thinking the people that are claiming they're undecided are just wanting attention. They just want the media to come and be like, have you decided who you want to vote for? Then we have the election deniers that they're going to ramp up this time around. If you got Elon Musk pouring all his millions and billions of dollars into trying to get this man elected, did y'all see him jumping all around with a too little shirt on and telling people, I'm dark gothic MAGA? Did y'all see that?
Yeah. USA, 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 USA. I'm not just MAGA. I'm dark gothic MAGA.
Everybody, do not buy a Tesla. Don't support this man. Anybody who, and I look at my neighbors that have Trump flags out. You guys know I'm in Nashville. I live in the South. Tennessee is very red, very, very, very red. And I'm going to be honest with you. It is hard to look at neighbors and not feel some kind of way, because that Trump flag to me is a symbol of hate. I watched this on the Don Lemon show, and you guys will have to let me know if you guys tune in, but he shared there was a polling site where a white male DT supporter was voting at a polling site where there were all black females and like maybe 2 white females. First off, I'm like, why do y'all not have any males there should be males at every polling site. And I'm gonna be honest, at this point, there should be police officers. Like, any male in a female's face is intimidating enough. So there were like 4 black women trying to let this man know, number one, you are not gonna vote. He was like, it's my right. Yes, it's your right, but you can't have the hat on, sir.
Thank you. This is what's happening at one polling station. Watch.
Wow.
This is my motherfucking right here.
Wow.
Why is it defending you? It's like defending you. All right, then shut the hell up and let me vote.
Okay, we ain't got nothing else to say. Wow. Next thing,
there it is right there.
Wow. Oh, wow, God. Oh. Wow. 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 I'm not going to work with him. You may want to work with him.
People have lost their minds. This is in Orangeburg, South Carolina. He refused to take off his cap. It is prohibited inside of precincts. And he assaulted election workers.
South. The last and final straw that apparently is going to cost him the election, which I don't know why this is the thing that people are like really waking up on, is the Puerto Rican comment where he had this comedian who is known for telling jokes that are very controversial. So he tells this joke and says that the Puerto Ricans basically are trash.
Believe it or not, people, I welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country. There's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. It's a cool black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that? A lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm just kidding. That's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome. You guys.
And all of a sudden, Trump's like, I don't know the guy. Whenever he gets in trouble or whenever somebody in his camp who believes in his racist rhetoric and acts accordingly, whenever they get caught, he don't know him. And then DT wants to come along just because he so despises Obama and replace his plan with nothing. You guys heard him during the debate. He is a concept of a plan. Like, dude,
Trump, this is now your third time running for president. You have long vowed to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. You have failed to accomplish that. You now say you're going to keep Obamacare, quote, unless we can do something much better. Correct. Last month, you said, quote, we're working on it. So tonight, 9 years after you first started running, do you have a plan, and can you tell us what it is?
Obamacare was lousy health care, always was. It's not very good today. And what I said, that if we come up with something, and we are working on things.
Just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan.
I have concepts of a plan.
The latest and most egregious thing, and I believe he'll get away with it, and you guys have probably heard, were his comments and basically threat against Liz Cheney.
Here's what Donald Trump said last night about former Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney.
Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay? Let's see how she feels about it. You know, when the guns are trained on her face.
No previous candidate has ever said she's a stupid person about one of their opponents. That's new language for presidential campaigning brought into it by Donald Trump and only Donald Trump. Here's what Vice President Harris said about that this morning in Wisconsin.
He has increased his violent rhetoric, Donald Trump has, about political opponents and in great detail, suggested rifles should be trained on former Representative Liz Cheney. This must be disqualifying.
Liz Cheney responded to Donald Trump this way. This is how dictators destroy free nations. They threaten those who speak against them with death. We cannot entrust our country and our freedom to a petty, vindictive, cruel, unstable man who wants to be a tyrant. Women will not be silenced. Vote Kamala.
I'm not going to go on anymore about this fool idiot that we have running for one of the highest offices in the land. It really infuriates me being a person of color, but it should infuriate everybody. Because if we are the United States of America and we're not trying to go back in time, then no matter what your skin tone is, if one person is attacked, if one group is put on display to be, demonized, then everyone should feel enraged. Everyone should be pissed. Everyone should be upset. I will be joining you guys here on Election Day. We are not going to talk anything election really related. We're going to do something to kind of just hang out, take our minds off of all of this drama and trauma, because even after Tuesday, I think a lot of us are going to have like PTSD from last election season where there was a free and fair election and a winner declared, and then boom, January 6th happens, and it's like, what? These jokers are scaling the walls of the Capitol like Spidey. So let's talk about raising kids and navigating racism in the South. There were a group of Black teenagers walking downtown Nashville, and there's like this traveling group of like supposedly like Nazis.
Neo-Nazis have repeatedly shown up in crowds in Nashville. One clip even capturing the neo-Nazis hurling racial slurs at Black children. The video shows them harassing a group of kids, drumming on buckets on a Nashville street, and has been viewed on X more than 9 million times. The children targeted by slurs as young as 8 years old.
I feel like it was racist because they were just saying bad words to us, and the police didn't do nothing. They was just telling us to go home.
Like, stuff like that happens here. And I am raising 2 little brown beauties. You guys know that. And my daughter, our oldest daughter rather, goes to a high school where she has shared with me that she deals with a lot of little microaggressions. She's in a really good school. The school staff and administration are very supportive of all kids, no matter what their race, religion, all of that beliefs are. And they are trying very hard to make the academic environment there inclusive of all. And I do love that. But the rhetoric is there, like it's there. Kids, I believe, are a direct reflection of their parents or the garbage that they consume. That has been a big something that has been heavy on my heart, is protecting my babies. Like, my husband and I can protect ourselves. Growing up, for me, I truly thought that Martin Luther King's dream had come true. I did. I had no idea that we were like, I feel like, and I'm about to tear up, but then we have DT, who has opened up the floodgates for people to release what has apparently always been in them. He's opened up the floodgates for that to resurface. And I was sharing with you guys earlier, it is so hard for me to see neighbors with those signs, those Trump flags in their yard and flying, in front of their houses. It's so hard for me to see them as anything other than just being evil. I saw one house that had a Trump flag and a God Bless the USA flag. Like, how you even got them two in the same vicinity is like, those 2 flags is just mind-blowing. Like, this is a dude that is okay as long as you're kissing his behind and making him, feel like he is king of the hill. But as soon as you speak out against him, he will Liz Cheney you. he will make his goons hunt you. You guys will have to let me know how you're feeling. But this election season is very important. So please get out and vote for Tim Walz and Kamala Harris. Or Kamala Harris. We've called her so many things. It's Kamala Harris, and Tim Walz. Please get out and vote for them. Vote Democratic up and down the ticket, because who we put in the Senate and in the House matter.
Heck yeah, it's a cool black guy. That's one of my buddies. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
No, I'm not a racist. They're taking black jobs now. The whole country's going to be like, it'll be like Detroit. A lot of it's about the genes, isn't it? Don't you believe? They're poisoning the blood of our country. Troublemaker. These are troublemakers. Look, I love the old days, you know? Do you know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks. Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you. Now, if you had one really violent day, like one rough hour, and I mean real rough, the word will get out and it will end immediately. But we're going to indemnify police officers and law enforcement from being destroyed by the radical left. You're changing history, you're changing culture. Of course I hate these people. And let's all hate these people, because maybe hate is what we need.
I will be here hanging out with you guys in community on Election Day. Go out and vote. Your vote matters. And as always, thanks so much for watching and hanging out with me today and allowing me to release, to dump, to have a therapy session with you guys. And make your day beautiful, guys. The choice is yours. I'll see you all on Election Day.
Don't cost a day. There's hearts for cards, but cash is